What's good, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Scott from Locked On Wizards. The Washington Wizards win a closer than should have win over the Detroit Pistons, 119 to 117 tonight. Now we're gonna get into how this game was kept close and why it was way too close. Next on Locked On Wizards.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, everybody? Tonight we get the dub, but it was a very, very ugly dub. Thanks for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. So, a very ugly win, but a win nevertheless. We're going to get into the solid three, which did perform tonight. Talk about the bench, Corey Kispert stepping up. And the shortcomings of defense obviously was an issue because this game was a lot closer than it should have been. So looking at it, looking at this starting five, again, this was a very, very ugly win, man. You know, obviously coming in, we're a team that's trying to get into that play-in, tournament and also try to drive for a playoff spot, man. And, the Pistons, 15 wins, they're a lottery team, they're very young, some intriguing pieces, but it should not have been as close as it was. So looking at tonight, starting with point guard, DeLon Wright, 3 points, but, 5 steals. Defensively, he was still very active. And obviously, with the solid three putting up the stat line we're about to talk about, you're not really dependent on DeLon to really have that many points. His defense was his calling card. So the solid three, on one hand, this game was a lot closer than it should have been. But on the second hand, the solid three came through with a combined 79 points. Bradley Beal, 32 points, shooting 14 for 21 from the field. Kyle Kuzma, 23 points, playing in front of his mother tonight because he is originally from Flint, Michigan, if you don't know. So this was actually a home game for him. And 23 points, but shooting 9 for 20, 3 from 8 from 3. And Kristaps Porzingis, who did foul out, 24 points, shooting 8 for 15, 3 for 7 for 3. So the solid three stepped up tonight. They did well. I think that we're going to get into the reason why I believe that this game was way too close and almost ended up being an L. But looking at Gaff, 8.7 rebounds. So this starting lineup was decent. Now, getting into the second lineup, man, Jenny, a.k.a. Turbo, 7 points, but I thought he did well defensively. Corey Kispert continues to shoot the ball hot, man. Continues to shoot the ball at a high percentage. If you look at it, 16 points, shooting 6 for 7 from the field, 4 from 5 from the field. His efficiency, he's been shooting the ball well, man. I think the only negative is that, he tends to be a little streaky. He has these streaks where he's shooting the ball well and these streaks where he disappears. But I'll take it, man, because 16 points, again, he looked well. And then Goodwin, 6 points. He did what Goodwin does. And again, Kendrick Nunn, 0 points, only in 5 minutes. So it really begs, it really makes you think, why is his minutes diminished so much? But it really doesn't. You don't have to think too hard because he is struggling. He has really got himself into a rut. And it's going to be interesting to see where this rotation goes forward, especially with Monte Morris coming back. So, that's the performance from the starting and second unit, man. Now, looking at it, why was this game so close? Easy defense. Our defense struggled, man. Transition defense was not very good. Paint defense was not very good. They got their shots. 3-point defense. Again, defense continues to be, I'm not going to say the main issue for this team this year, but very inconsistent. And it just continues to be a problem for us, man. Defense. And if it's not defense, it's turnovers. If it's not turnovers, the list goes on. We continue to show the same issues. And, while this was a win, look, this is way too close than it should have been. This team's a lottery team. No aspirations for the playoffs. 0. They're already ready for the draft. And for us to be, Bradley Beal said it after the game. He said, look, this is just not acceptable, man. You cannot struggle against teams like Detroit because, look, we got the Atlanta Hawks twice at home coming up. We need to beat them. It really behooves us to win these next two because if we're really serious about getting past the 10, I made it known, man, I'm not one of these people to really wish my team to aspire for the play-in. I want us to 6th seed. But if we're intent on being a play-in team, I'd rather be a 7th to 8th seed. That's just my opinion. But again, Kispert showed out tonight off the bench, and the solid three was decent. So Hey, I'll take it. This was a very ugly win. So we're going to talk about the defensive player belt, player of the game. It's going to be real short and simple tonight, y'all. Definitely appreciate everybody who stayed up. It's getting a little late, almost 10 o'clock Eastern time, but definitely appreciate everybody watching and chopping up basketball with me tonight. So we're going to before we get into defensive player and player of the game, tonight's episode is brought to you by the Ultimate Pro Basketball GM. I'm really geeked out by our new partner and sponsor of today's episode, the mobile game Ultimate Pro Basketball GM. Ever dreamed of becoming an NBA GM like me, like I do, and managing your basketball franchise? Well, your dream can come true, and this game is definitely for you. Manage every strategic aspect of your game. Play through the season and lead your team to glory. You're responsible for hiring the right coaches and assistants, trading and training players, making draft picks, navigating your franchise through free agency and the draft, and all the ups and downs of a season. Lord, we know as Wizards fans. All this in the challenging and realistic game world. Ultimate Pro Basketball GM is completely free and playable offline. Play on the go as you want and when you want. Locked On Wizards listeners get a 100% free boost to their franchise when you use a promo code Locked On in the game store. So make sure to check it out. I started playing it today. It's dope. I'm one of these people where if I could choose what my dream job would be in, other than the military, which I was in, um, it would definitely be an NBA general manager. Other than the military, being a general manager is my dream job. So to download the game, just visit probasketballgm.com, scan the code, or look up on app stores. That's probasketballgm.com. Ultimate Basketball GM. Start your dynasty today. So real quick, who is my defensive player of the game? I'm going to roll in with DeLon Wright. 5 steals. He was nasty on defensive end. 3 points, yes, but you're not depending on him to really be that scoring factor. I think that his defense and his vision and this is his overall tenaciousness on is really we fits in with the starting unit. It's going to be interesting to see what West does coming back, or rather Monte Morris coming back from injury. Whether he puts Monte back in or whether he lets DeLon run first team point guard. So player of the game, I'm rolling with the real deal Bradley Beal, 32 points, 14 from 20 from the field. So he was efficient. So again, oh, man, very ugly win. I mean, you'll take it, but we've got it, man. We've gotta get better because we're getting into a stretch where we're playing Philly coming up, Atlanta twice. We're gonna get tested, and the league. Look, this Eastern Conference is gonna test us whether we really want to be a playoff team. So looking forward real quick, and we're gonna get into another ad, and then we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna answer some questions, and we're gonna roll out tonight. So looking forward to Atlanta Hawks tomorrow night, back to back. We're back at home. What would be my 3 keys to victory? Easy, man. I covered it. It was the efficiency tonight. I'm gonna keep it real simple tonight, man. Number 1, defense, paint defense, transition defense, perimeter defense. We've got to communicate. We've got to get better. Look, Atlanta has some shooters. We mess around and we play around, they're gonna they're gonna smoke us. Look, Trae Young can hit them. The list goes on in this team, man. Look, Atlanta will make us pay if we let them shoot those open J's, man. So definitely have to show up, especially in the paint, man. Look, Clint Capella. I want to see Daniel Gafford play hard against him, man. Capella is a rebound machine. I really want to see some effort. So, 2, I just named it rebounding. Controlling the paint. We got to control the paint. Between Clint Capella and Okonkwo, man, they have guys who can rebound in a high level. And number 3, man, effort. I believe the energy was really, really low tonight. Look, Atlanta's going to test you. Atlanta is an obstacle for a playoff run. I want to see energy. Especially in front of the home crowd. Look, the Milwaukee Bucks game. Look, there should be no reason, okay, why Bucks fans should be outnumbering us and being louder. We got to really step our game up and fan base, man. I get it. We're divided, but look, we got to come out with energy, man. So let's really get this energy for the next couple games against Atlanta, and was really try to drive for 500. So before we get into comments and answering questions, tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The midway point of the NBA season is here, and now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just download FanDuel Sportsbook app. It's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Then you can bet on anything from the money line to point scores and threes drain. Plus, FanDuel even lets you combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. Man, I had 3 parlays a night, and sad to say, I didn't hit on any of them. So, look, you got your good days, you got your bad days. So don't miss your chance to get your no sweat first bet up to $1,000 in bonus bets when you go FanDuel.com/locked on. That's FanDuel.com/locked on to learn more. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the National Basketball Association. So let's go ahead and get into some questions and comments, and then we're going to roll out tonight. It's going to be a short episode tonight. As we all know, very ugly win, but let's talk about it. Bullets forever. Is West self-sabotaging? That Nunn, Goodwin, Bill, Kispert, and Taj lineup was hard to watch. Absolutely. Yeah, this was a little bit on West. We know what West can do. He's really he's inconsistent with his rotations, and this really showed that tonight, man. I completely agree with you, man. All right, let's see. How can this is John Piner. How can you be losing to a team with 8 players out? Unreal. I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. This is a lottery team. This is a lottery team. This is a team that's challenging for a lottery pick, man. And for them to be with all those players out, it's just the low energy and the no energy on defense, man. And like I said, all year long, man, not rushing out and really putting a hand out in the shooters. It, it comes back to bite us as usual. Transition, we're lost. We're not, guys don't know their assignments. People are able to drive the lane with ease. It's just the defense is abysmal, and it's going to be real interesting going to the offseason whether we get more pieces to try to fit the system, or is he going to change the system to really utilize the strengths of the guys you have already. So it's going to be interesting, man. Again, John Ponder, playing down the competition. Amen. Can we play some D? Amen. Point. I get it. Playing down the competition. We can able to come back and really play hard against the Bucks, and then we lose to Chicago and almost lose to Detroit. Look, Detroit had the energy tonight, man. They wanted it. They wanted it. Just because you're a lottery team doesn't mean, they can still play spoiler, and teams are going to test us, man. You're going to be tested to see if we really want to drive for a playoff spot. See. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and fire Wes and Tommy. Read my name. You should never struggle to beat the worst team in the league. Okay. Well, you know what? I think if worst case scenario, West goes before Tommy, but because it's just hard to tell. I really think that going to the all season, especially if we go play in and out or first round and out, we really have to evaluate the head coaching position, man, because his rotations are abysmal sometimes. And you know what? Your name only gets you so far, man. It only gets so far. You got to perform, man. You really got to perform. Desan, what's up? How you doing tonight? 8 turnovers, but I saw 3 tonight. But all of them did great scoring wise. It wasn't pretty at all, but a win is a win. Yeah, I get it. And with you, man. A win is a win. I'll take it. It's just, it's just certain. You have certain expectations, man. Going against Detroit, and you're looking tired. And it's the first game of a back-to-back. It's hard to tell how they're gonna look at like tomorrow, man. They really got to pick up some energy because Atlanta, look, they're driving for a spot and they're ahead of us right now. So we are currently in the 10th spot. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Let's see. Siva, when our best player on the court shot only 3-pointers today, it's a bad day. Pure luck to win this one. The team seems lost. West rotation is absurd. And ISO Brad is wrong. Thank the Lord for this win. Yeah, praise the Lord, man. It was a very, very, very ugly win. Yeah, ISO Brad, the turnovers in the first half, man, it was just like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. He's got to really shore that up, man. I say it all the time. When the offense flows to Kuz and KP, is more of a balanced offense. ISO Bill, bouncing the ball for 15 seconds, and then towards the end playing hot potato, man. We've got to really utilize our shot clocks, man. Let's see. Desan, back at you, man. Side note, Jaden Ivey is that dude. I wanted us to draft him so bad to be the point guard of the future. Here's the hoping Scoot Anderson, Casey Wallace, and Black is running point next year. Man, I'm with you, bro. I was big, and I know E was big on Jaden Ivey. I mean, Jaden Ivey coming out of Purdue, man, he's electrifying. He can drive. He's got speed, and he's got vision. He can shoot from 3. He puts a lot of effort on defense, man. I mean, that I was really big on him. But I don't think we're going to get Scoot. I think Kaysen and Anthony Black could be options. I like University of Kentucky guys, so obviously Kaysen Wallace, because my favorite Kentucky player, John Wall, as we know. So, Kaysen Wallace would be my guy, but I wouldn't mind seeing Anthony Black either, man. So I am with you, man. It's from the Preach Wizards podcast. What up? What's going on, man? How you doing? Let's see. Daryl Hardy, how you doing tonight, man? The Wizards payroll is too high to be losing in the fourth quarter to the Detroit Pistons. They need some better players coming off the bench. Kispert, I presume defense is terrible. Yes, his defense is trash, but it's kind of like Duncan Robinson in Miami, man. He's a shooter. He can't, but I think he has more value than Duncan Robinson because he has basketball IQ and he, slashes to the basket, but he, obviously defense is not his forte. Yeah, number one, I wasn't a big fan of the retrade. I thought we didn't get enough. I think we're missing his scoring off the bench. Yes, it gives Denny a lot more room to kind of develop, and I love what I'm seeing from Denny. But I was a guy that thought that we should have went after Richardson, man. We needed a guy who can play some defense, who can score off the bench, and we're really hurting. Like we're hurting with usually we have maybe two guys on the bench that are decent, but we need more of a scoring punch off the bench. So I'm with you, man. Sheldon T, his per shooting it right now. Gafford isn't always pretty, but gives good effort. Yes, sir. At this point, the team is what it is. Yes, sir, it is. It's playing caliber with lottery level coach. Yep. You hit the nail on the head, brother. Hit the nail on the head. Did we play? We are a playing team. I wanted to see us, really push, man, for that 6 seed. They really solidified this solid three going forward because look, we're not rebuilding. The ownership, GM, coach, everybody wants to score, and I get it. This is what it is going forward. But right now we're playing. You cannot barely beat the Detroit Pistons, man. So I get it. The lottery level coach. We'll see, man. I think the jury is still out on Wes Unseld. He has been inconsistent, as has the team overall. And I think that I want to see a lot more the second half of the year, and I really want to see a lot of growth going from year 2 to year 3. So I'm with you. Let's see. Man, a lot of good comments, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all showing up tonight. Give me some love, man. Let's see. Mikey Mike, how do you feel Bill being playing after the All-Star break? 30 points, 8 in the last 11 games. I think that, he's been coming out shooting, man. He's really trying to make up for lost time with the injuries this year and really trying to, really see how the solid three plays together. I think that Bradley Bill has played well. He's really played well. I think the only negatives, man, is you cannot beat a guy is the primary ball handler. Stop giving him the ball in crunch time. Stop letting him bring the ball up the court. Just to stop. Outside of that, when he settles into his role of being a scoring guy, Brad is on his game. Let's see. Ronan Zinneman, what's going on? How you doing? Kuz needs to pass the ball more towards the end. He has some good layups going left, but then insisted on some really hard fadeaway jumpers, which he missed. I mean, that's his MO, man. He is a very aggressive scorer. And yes, he tends to shoot low IQ shots and really hard shots. And it's one of those situations, man, like it is when any high volume scorer, when they're hidden, you celebrate. When they're not, you're mad. It's just, it comes with aggressive scores, man. So I feel you. Let's see. So what Ozzy, what's going on? Danger time of the season. Bad teams always seem to play well at the end. Yep. Trying to play spoiler, man. Look, if I'm already getting ready for the draft, I ain't trying to see you play in the playoffs. Easy. Nah. I'm trying to spoil, man. What's going on? Steven Scott. Man, I'm digging the last name, brother. So what? This Detroit team got players who are playing for their life, who may not even be on the NBA team next week, let alone next year. They played their butts off tonight. Yeah. Came down to effort. They were their young team, but they have some fire, man. They got some ballers on it, man. I'm really interested to see if Marvin Bagley really resurrects his career in Detroit. Same thing with Wiseman. They have the intriguing pieces, man. Jaden Ivey's going to be special. So I'm with you. They just wanted it more. Rich, the Wiz Big Three versus the G League Pistons, a 2-point win, blow this thing up. I'm with you, man. I mean, look, you guys know, for you guys to know how I felt about this franchise, do I want it to be blown up and rebuild? As far as long term, if I'm looking at the next 3 to 5 to even next 10 years, yeah. But they're intent on this core of this solid three. I'm not gonna say big three, I'm say solid three. They're fun to watch, and I'm intrigued to see what Tommy does in the offseason to really try to add a point guard, try to add another wing. So I'm intrigued to see. I think next year is really gonna be pivotal, man. But they're intent on this core, man. So I agree. Detroit should not have been that close, but it's a win. I'll take the win. What's up, stranger? What's up, Ed Oliver? The real Ed Oliver. What's going on, brother? Good win. Let's go, Gaff. Yep, Gaff showed his butt, man. He did what he did. Good win. Again from E. Yeah, Jaden Ivey is a real deal. Preach. Hey, yes, sir. Look, man, Jaden Ivey, man, he's the real deal. I was a big fan of him in the draft, and I feel like we could have been a little more aggressive in trying to get him, man. He's gonna be nice, man. He's gonna be nice. He really is. I'm a big fan. So let's see. Oh, preach, man. Preach was right back at you, Ed. You were right, Ed. Jaden was straight cooking us at night. Couldn't help but think, what if? Yep, you got both of y'all right, man. E and Preach Wizards podcast, man. Look, Jaden Ivey, man, is another what if. I mean, think about it. What if? What is a good what if? What if we drafted Halliburton, drafted Jaden Ivey, and had that backcourt and let Bill walk? Could you imagine that young backcourt? That is a what if. Dream. We can dream, shall we? All right, the last one tonight. Sheldon T. Tommy going to give Kuz a ridiculous deal like he did Bill. He's going to pay. Yep, he's going to look. But if we don't, somebody will. You know, I personally think that I don't think we're going to retain all three. Not long term. We might get another year of KP. Look, it's like this, man. If we re-sign Kuz, we're going to get another year of KP. But I don't see KP really being here long term because there's only so much money, man. And I get it. You're going to say the cap's getting large, but it's not. Still, if you look at the fact that we got Bill on the Supermax, we want to re-sign Kuz, we want to re-sign KP. We got Daniel Gafford on an extension next year. We still got one more year out of DeLon and Monte. See, they're going to have to be crafting in the draft. They really are to really keep this core together and really keep a lot of these pieces together. So, we got a couple more comments. Fred Fezzo, what's up? Denny's young but complains like a seasoned veteran. That is, I like Denny, man, but the complaining. Everybody complains, man. That's just the way the NBA is, man. That's the way it is now. Everybody complains. He doesn't complain any more than most guys. But the thing is, he'll stand at the other end of the court and complain, and that's what bothers me about Denny, man. You get up, go in transition, man. There's time to argue, and I get it, man. There's time, especially with him being more, driving the lane more. He's going to get hit a lot more calls, man. He's going to get hit a lot more going through the lane. You got to stop complaining. I'm with you on that, but yeah, man. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Again, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody staying up, chopping up with me. Shout out to my man, Ed Oliver, the real Ed Oliver, man. Enjoy your night off, bro. Definitely, Ed will be back tomorrow for post game of the Atlanta Hawks game. So again, I appreciate everybody tonight showing up. Let's see. All right. So thanks for making Locked On Wizards your first listen today. Now make your second listen game to game, NBA, every moment, every top performance, every result. Locked On Game to Game covers every game from across the NBA with local analysis that only Locked On can deliver. Follow Game to Game on Locked On NBA, available on Odyssey app, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. So we are close to 3,000 subscribers here on Locked On Wizards on YouTube. So definitely like, subscribe, comment below, hit your notification button so you know when we drop new videos, man. So definitely check out me and my dude, the real Ed Oliver, on Instagram and Twitter. We are chopping up on game days and off days alike, man. So definitely appreciate everybody tonight. Good win, ugly win, but we'll take it. Now, again, tomorrow night, we are on the second of a back-to-back. The Atlanta Hawks at home, 7 o'clock. So definitely watch the game, show up. Let's get this dub, man. So everybody, peace and have a blessed night.